So I got the legacy letter from Science Care. It tells what um, was being studied, not what exactly what my mom's body would help, but what was studying at the time. We had to donate her, and one is a vascular study to make people with vascular issues have better health, which I'm hoping they used her for that because she had vascular dementia and that's one of the diseases it would help. Others would be the loss of limbs because of vascular issues or just instant death because of vascular issues. So it does make me feel a little bit better, but still almost made me gag my breakfast up because I'm still not okay with her body being used like that. I had no choice, again. But it is what it is, I guess. What they always say. But it doesn't help. I still question everything. I still question fully what was wrong with her. I know she had AFib, but I just feel like not everybody that has AFib had everything she went through. I don't understand it. It scares me still. I question it all. I want answers, but I never get any answers. I'll never get closure. And that's what really makes it hard. No closure. And we deserve closure. But no closure. It's just always going to be up in the air. What fully took my mom? What monster was inside her that gradually made her have vascular dementia and all of this? Could have been her AFib, it could have been something else, but still, I question. I even wake up in the middle of the night asking that question. It just keeps rattling in my head. There was something more. There was something more. That feeling just won't go away. And I think it's kind of an instinct that is telling me that there was something more going on. And I still think she could have been helped a lot sooner and prevented a lot of this. But they ignored everything I addressed in 2019. And they ignored her because she had talked to them about being tired a lot in 2018 and 2017. But she was still herself. But she had a lot of sleeping, like she'd just drift off for no reason. It was like something was wearing her down. Could have been the AFib, having a little bit more control on her health. Could have been that they didn't realize that the medicine, because they wouldn't listen, the medicine was maybe lowering her blood pressure at night too much, because hospice even noticed that her blood pressure when she was laying down was really low at times, and I mean really low. So it just makes you question everything, and I still fear medicine and medical people, because I just feel like you go and it starts the end. It doesn't start the beginning, it starts the end. Because my mom followed all directions. Only thing she refused was blood thinners because of a ulcerated vein that would come open and hemorrhage. So anyone would have caution on having that because it might have promoted more openings up. We don't know how fully the ulceration was down because The top would heal, but the middle wound would never heal. And it caused her to have a bout with cellulitis, I think it was called, where the leg just weeped and looked like she was in a chemical accident of some sort, or a nuclear accident. It just looked freaking scary. And that clinic, again, did not really care. They gave her some stuff to do on her own and wrapped her leg in gauze and office tape. Wow. When they had so many bandages above her, I was thinking, why are they doing this? This doesn't make no sense. Because in actuality, it was supposed to be given a soft bandage and then a protective bandage and then a harder bandage to kind of hold everything together, and nice medication for a while inside that and not opened up. But they never done that. And she had a bout with it, pretty bad bout with the cellulitis and the vein trying to open up in 2015. And then 2019 it tried to open up again. And they handled it the same thing. Little treat yourself, bitch. We'll gauze some stuff on you and just hoped it stays on. It never did. It was like wrinkled down the sock, like a sock. Kind of pushing at the wound, which is not good. You're not supposed to handle it like that. But they handled it like that. They also got her scared that she had bone cancer and some other stuff with the cellulitis. And actually it was just cellulitis, which really is not a good thing to have either, but still, not bone cancer. But that's what happens when you have nurse practitioners doing everything, and maybe a doctor comes in maybe a little bit in the morning once in a while just to fill out charts or something, and rarely sees patients until Dr. Hartman, and she's the one that took my mom off all her meds. No more science, no more medicine. And basically, I'm thinking the science and the medicine probably is the one that helped take her out. So maybe it was a good thing, but too late, of course, because the medicine must have not have been doing much, because as she was being treated for her AFib was actually killing her brain, basically, probably causing issues. So I don't know if it was just AFib or something else that was going on, but they didn't help. They didn't want to help. They didn't care. She was like up in her late 70s at the point when she was having sleepy problems, and then turned 80 and had dementia problems. She would have been 83 in October. And I can't believe my mom's gone. October 20th is not going to be a very happy day for me. I'm not looking forward to it, because it's going to be another marker of every other marker. I've literally had so much stress each time something else comes. Was planning her funeral before her last breath, then her last breath, and finishing it up, then having to have her declared dead, and going up and waiting behind the morgue for them to pick up her body. That was so precious. I literally had to dry retches. It's just one thing after another. And then gradually something else will come through. Something else will come through. It will be like her ashes coming home. I was expecting them to have her a little bit longer and give me a little bit more time to recoup from everything else. But nope, her ashes came home pretty fast. And That was another jab in my heart, because you would think it would be peaceful, but it's not, because it's just, it don't give you closure, because you still have questions of why she's in ashes. I will never not question why she died. I just feel like, I feel like they pretty much forced us into hospice because they just didn't want to bother with her anymore. I don't get it. Maybe Social Security wasn't coming up as fast as they were earlier with payments. I mean, they didn't waste it. My mom didn't really have a lot on that Social Security because she was basically on one pill from 2013 to 2020. And then she got one more pill for her heart, which was digoxin, because after surgery she developed congestive heart failure. And they also put her on an antipsychotic because of her delirium afterwards. But they didn't waste that much money. She had one hospital stay in 2013 when she had her first AFib attack, which was scary enough. Didn't know if she was going to come home from that. She was working on a desk to surprise me, and for some reason she started having it and freaked out and wanted to be checked out, which is rare for my mom. If she says she needs a doctor, no, it was pretty bad, because she tried to stay away from him as much as possible, which, like me, I'm like her, literally. I'm not going because I'm scared of them now. I don't know if if they actually take stuff seriously. Do they take stuff seriously? Because I sometimes think they are in it for the big paycheck, because insurance will allow them to get pills for you, but real cures, like my sleep apnea thing, I'm going to have to go clear down to Redding in the heat of the summer just to get a sleep test. I gotta at least go down twice or more. This is ridiculous. When the border is right up here, Klamath Falls has a sleep study place. So which was 30 miles away. I could drive up there like that. But I'm not going to Redding. I'm not going to kill my car in 150-degree heat. No. I just really am tired of the whole system. So, the system be damned. I'm not going to even deal with it. It's like sleep apnea. I've lived with it for so long. If it takes me, maybe it's my time. I sure in hell can't seem to function otherwise. I have happy moments for a second, and then I realize I'm me. And those happy moments go away, because my life has turned into a dark place. There's not really much that makes me happy anymore. I can talk about things and get a little happy, and then I feel guilty. Then I feel guilty because my mom's gone, and why am I happy? None of what I wanted, any of it come to pass. I wanted her healthy. Didn't get that. Or at least not as bad as she was. I mean, I knew she couldn't ever be an Olympic star or something, but she didn't have to have the suffering she went through, at least the last little over 3 years. I just don't get it. It's just like they gave up on her long before she was even old enough to give up on. They just did not want to do anything. One pill. One pill. Nothing else. Just because her blood pressure seemed to be quite low, they thought she was just fine. So, yeah. That idea that you almost have to be dead, you're supposed to have almost zero blood pressure, I think they've taken that too far too. Because I think we're going to have people starving their brains for blood pressure. Because too low blood pressure can do exactly what way high blood pressure can do. And I think they're pushing the limits on low blood pressure. I mean, pretty soon it's going to be, oh, if you don't have 90 over 80, you're going to die. No. If you keep on getting it lower, yeah, people might die. Seriously. Too low is too low. There's got to be a happy medium somewhere in there. And pushing it so low is stupid. I think hers was going too low while she was asleep. So yeah, I'm still questioning. And I will question this probably for the rest of my life, however long that is. Because I just feel like I'm in between worlds right now. Could go either way. I just feel like the physical world don't really want me, and the other side, it's not really my time. So, yeah, I'm in between worlds. And that's it.